Okay, we get a monster of a video here. This is a 12-minute long video, and it consists of 2 quests. The first quest is Bandits, Bandits Everywhere, where you get to kill 3 groups of bandits, which is fairly tough. The first being fairly simple, and they are right here. It's just a couple of bandits that'll rush you and a couple of archer bandits. So deal with the the bandits that'll rush you, and deal with the archer bandits later. Make sure you have Alistair tanking, and make sure you're keeping up on your health, because remember, your health potions have a cooldown. So if you use one when you have no health and they bring you back to no health before the cooldown's up, you will be in serious trouble. Make sure you focus fire them here, because the faster they go down, the less damage is being done in your group. And when there's this many people, you definitely want to take them down fast. And I said there was 2 quests. The other quest is the one you get from the innkeeper, where you got to get poisoned, and that is done right around that ridge I'm looking at right now. And it's just a bunch of spiders you got to kill, and you got to have someone in your group who can do poison making, which is Liliana. I still haven't figured out her name, how to say it. So assuming you picked her up, you got poison making. So we're gonna whittle this last guy down here and go around and pick up all the loot, and of course my guy dies as we land the killing blow. And the last group of bandits is incredibly hard, so I'm gonna warn you now, make sure you have plenty of health potions, and by plenty I mean at least 10. I actually got most of the fight done with all 4 of my party members alive, and towards the end 2 of my party members died, but luckily there's only 1 bandit left. And the reason why it's so hard is there's a bunch of little bandits, like regular bandits, and there's a bandit leader, which is a ranked mob, which is the guys who appear in yellow. Now these spiders will drop the toxin you need for the poison you're supposed to make, so that's why we're over here killing them. And generally the guy you send in to tank is going to be webbed more than 80% of the fight, which means he's stunned and he can't move. So make sure you're focused firing down the ones that are attacking him, because while he's webbed, he can't use health potions or anything. These spiders are probably the easiest group in this whole video to take out. It's actually the only group that took me 1 shot to record it. And from previous playthroughs, I never had trouble with this group of spiders, assuming they don't mass stun your whole party, which I've never seen them do. So go ahead and get all the toxin from the spiders. And we're gonna run back to town first, because we're gonna turn this quest in to get that little bit of XP, because even though my main character's dead during the last fight, he levels up. So if he's alive and you're dwindling on health, he'll go back to full health and full shields. So go to this guy, buy some vials, assuming you don't have any already. And buy all the elf fruit too, because you have 2 herbalists in your party that can make the lesser health potions. So you definitely want to have those on you. And elf fruit is what we've been picking up along throughout this whole area. The plants are elf fruit. So you're going to make them, you're going to talk to the same guy you just bought the stuff from and turn that quest in. So we get some experience for that. And now we're going to go take care of the last 2 groups of bandits. So the second group of bandits is the second hardest group. Of course, I'm going in order by hardest and killing these guys. And it's a couple of hounds, and the same deal with the archers and melee bandits. So take care of anybody who rushes you first, because the archers don't do enough damage compared to the 4 guys attacking you right now to make too much of a difference. If you want, or if you're playing on an easier difficulty, you can probably have the mage and the archer we have, which is Lilena, attacking the archers from long range. But right now I have him attacking whatever character I'm attacking. And our mage, Moraine, actually has a fairly big arsenal of spells. That's what I'm looking for. And she won't necessarily use them all by herself, so in the next fight you'll see me switching over to her a lot, using a couple of spells. Like, one's called Mind Blast, which stuns everybody around the mage. She'll generally use her Winter's Grasp spell. Jeez, my main character keeps dying. Luckily you have, or you should have, a fairly decent amount of lesser injury kits by now. So after this fight is actually when I decided to go back and make the potions. So if it looks like, when I'm running to the next fight, if it looks like my potions increase, that's because they did. I suggest you do the same. All I did was go to the inn and buy them. I didn't run around anywhere spectacular, so I didn't bother putting it in the video. And Drain Life is another good spell she has, which does exactly what it says. It takes their life and gives it to her.
I am hurt.
So we're gonna run around and loot these guys. Using my lesser injury kits. And before this group, I suggest waiting for all your health to be full, all your stamina, and all your mana to be full. Because this is a really hard group. What you want to do is rush in with one of your guys who can hold aggro. Have him get the hound into the bandit, and then have Alistair take down, or not take down, but aggro the bandit leader. And usually when he aggroes the bandit leader, he'll aggro a few more. So right off the bat, we're going to run in and use Mind Blast, which is a default skill given to her. And we're going to start trying to mow down as many of them as we can while they're stunned, even though we would be lucky to get one. You want to kind of just have him hold on to the bandit leader for now, because we're going to try to kill some of the other guys first. We killed one guy, and we managed to go onto the bandit leader, and you can see his health just plummeting now. And the bandit leader does a lot of damage, but the damage all the other guys do adds up. So if you can take one or two of them down before you go after the bandit leader, it'll work in the end. It'll be a lot more help than just leaving them all alive. Because you can see how fast I took the first guy down. My mage died, so I'm down a decent amount of DPS here. And of course my main character is going to die again, because he always freaking dies. And these guys actually drop a decent amount of armor. I gave a lot of it to Alistair. And our mage going down actually hurts a lot, because that's our main damage in this party. So you can see where all those health potions came in. I actually had a greater health potion. I ended up having to use it in this fight because my party member dropped so low. And now you can see my character is actually dead now. So it's down to Alistair and the archer to take down the last 3 guys. Luckily they're not doing enough damage to me where the cooldown on my potion doesn't hurt that much. I just gotta keep using them. until we get our healer, which will be the next main quest we do. We're going to be using a lot of potions, but once we get our healer, the game goes a lot easier. From this point, after you do these side quests in this area that you don't even have to do, but you get some good items, so I'm including it in this guide. You go from a three-way branching main quest where you have to do all three quests, but based on difficulty is when you want to do them first. And the first one we will be doing is the one to get our healer mage, which will be replacing our rogue party member, the girl. And that'll be pretty much our definite party for the rest of the game, because we have 2 damage dealers, a tank, and a healer. And as long as we keep upgrading them, our party will grow better and better. So after this guy, you just want to loot everything, and I'll show you how I leveled my character up, because as you can see, he leveled up. And just go turn the quest in, and that's where this video is going to end. So I'm going to hop off here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
You are very beautiful, Morrigan. Tell me something I do not know.